I'm going to address you guys that are here. We have an active situation going on. It's just one of those things. The Laredo Police Department is very fluid. It's not your typical 8 to 5 job or continuous 24/7. And there's a lot of things that are happening in the city. As a matter of fact, there's an ongoing murder investigation that just happened. So we're activating. SB might have to.
We have to cut the meeting
Yes.
short, so it's not something we had planned, you know.
And we do apologize for that.
Sorry.
But first and foremost, welcome. Welcome to our department. I feel honored because I'm in the presence of greatness. You guys are youth leaders, correct? From different high schools, correct?
Yes.
Or are we all from the same high school?
No, different high schools.
Different high school.
Yes.
What high school are you from then?
Alexander.
Alexander.
United South.
United South. LBJ?
Alexander.
Alexander. My daughter graduated from Alexander last year, so I'm very familiar with the school. It's a great school, great education, but that goes across the board. We're very fortunate in Laredo to have the schools that we do, no matter whether it's Alexander, San Agustin, LBJ, they're all great schools. It's what you put into it, right? So you being here today shows a lot. It shows a lot about your character, and it shows where you want to go, right? The vision that you have for future endeavors. So as you go through each city department, we're learning different things, right? The Laredo Police Department, once again, is very fluid. Things are happening all the time. I wish I would have had one of you with me today, just so you could have shadowed me, because it was a crazy day. We felt like it was a Friday. Friday here are always crazy. Meeting after meeting after meeting, had to terminate somebody. So that wasn't cool. It's never nice to fire somebody. But then from there, City Hall, address city management, council members. So our day is just peaks and valleys, and we're doing it in the best interest of the community. So public service, and we have 3 pillars that we live by here at the Laredo Police Department. We do everything for integrity, we do everything for service, and we do everything in excellence. So we strive for that. We push. In fact, the person that we terminated today, she was a cadet, and I'll go ahead and give you some background. We have expectations for our officers. There's expectations at the academy, but our expectations are much higher. So in the academy, you need a 70. Our expectations, you need an 80. Well, if you don't get an 80, we let you go. You can get a 70 at the academy and pass, but LPD, you need an 80. So this young lady was having issues, very, very borderline 80, 82, 83. So once again, integrity, service, excellence. Integrity, service, excellence. She thought it was easy to cheat. That's something we don't do on a test. So it might have seemed minor, but to us it's major. Integrity, service, excellence. So we terminated her for cheating on a test. So as you go in life, you'll find out that there's going to be pillars, foundational pillars that you have wherever you go. It could be medical, it could be law enforcement, it could be architecture, engineering, whatever you decide to do. Make sure you abide by those pillars, those standards, because they're going to drive you and they're going to make you the person who you want to be. Whether it's excellence, whether it's integrity, whether it's ethics, whatever that may be, don't lose those pillars, because those pillars will help you segue into greatness. Now, we cannot always be perfect, right? But we strive to get better every single day. What you're doing here, you're getting yourself better. You're developing yourself. You don't realize it, but you are. You're engaging with other people you don't know, dialoguing, networking, and eventually building those gaps and those bridges that are going to definitely help you out in the near future. College is around the corner, which is very exciting, more challenging, but once again, building towards your ultimate goal. We wish you guys nothing but the best. We welcome you to our home. Once again, I feel honored. I'm a deputy chief. If you don't know our chain of command, so it's patrol officer, investigator, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and the chiefs, right? So there's 6 of us. There's 3 deputies, 2 assistants, and then Miguel Rodriguez, which is the chief of police. So as a chief, I feel honored to be in such a room with a lot of people who I'm assuming have big aspirations, correct? All of you have big aspirations. Dream big, guys. Dream big. The bigger your dream, if you don't get to that, you'll fall somewhere very, very high. Always remember that. Never dream low. The word no should not exist in your vocabulary. At least it doesn't in mine. There's going to be a lot of people trying to discourage you, and it's okay. Let it strengthen you, right? And you prove them wrong. So some of you that are going to go out of town and study out of town, the competition is going to be fierce. Never forget where you came from. Make us all proud, right? So thank you guys for being here. I wish everybody was here so I can meet everyone. I'm honored once again to be in your presence. We do apologize for the inconvenience. It wasn't planned that this incident was supposed to happen, but it happens. This is police work. And we have to provide a service. Now we have a victim, so now we have to provide answers to her family. I was a previous homicide detective myself. It was probably the best place that I was when I was here. I was there for 5 years, investigated over 55 homicides. Very successful. I was the investigator of the year at one time. And I used to just get in the zone. I used to love those cases. My wife hated it though, because sometimes I wouldn't go home for 38, 40 hours. It was just constant because it's just a puzzle. It's a big puzzle and you're putting it together. Every single piece has to go and has to fit. So very meticulous work. So I understand what the homicide guys are going through right now. It's a great experience. Even though you're exhausted, the adrenaline kicks in and it doesn't stop until you finish. So does anybody have any questions, anything you want to know about our agency? Just a little bit of background. We are the premier law enforcement agency in South Texas. We are the 8th largest in the state. We are 575 sworn officers. We have 130 civilian personnel. We're expanding our services. We're adding a drone component. We have forensics. So it's just not regular police work, but we're adding so many different layers. We are shooting to become one of the premier agencies, not only in South Texas, but in the whole state. So we're very innovative, always learning, researching. We believe in development. We strive to educate our officers. In fact, I had to go back to school to finish my master's, which I finished, but I'm really thinking, my wife is trying to, no, that's enough of a PhD. You can never learn enough. Knowledge is power, guys. The more knowledge you have, the better you become, and the more inquisitive you become. It was great that I went back for the master's at this stage because I already have the practice. So when I was reading the books, it was just easy because I've already done that now. This is theory, this is practice. When I would do my research papers, it was seamless. As opposed to when I got my bachelor's, I wasn't in the practice. I was just studying. So just food for thought. We never stop learning, which you guys should never stop learning. The moment we stop learning, that's when we start to decay. I've always said, even after my career here, I need to do something that keeps me very, I guess, stimulated mentally. I'll probably go into teaching, maybe at the college level, just to continue passing on my knowledge to the next generation. So, oh, everybody's here. Welcome. Good afternoon. We have to give them a pass because traffic. I know traffic is horrendous in Laredo. I thought I would never live to say that, but it's Route 20, I-35, McPherson, Saunders, you name it, it's congested. So yes, we do. We give you a pass. Good afternoon. My name is Deputy Chief Adriagasa. I was giving a brief speech to your colleagues here, just giving them a little bit of background of the Laredo Police Department and the expectations that you have for yourself, and more than anything, that we may end up cutting this a little short just because we have an active situation going on right now. There's an active murder investigation that just came in. So Officer Espinosa here is one of our public information officers, and part of his job is to go and cover that. So he's probably gonna have to segue over there, but we'll make sure that he spends a little bit of time here just to explain some stuff. More than anything, I was telling your colleagues that I'm honored to be in such greatness because you guys are here trying to expand your knowledge, correct? And you're trying to better yourself, trying to get a good understanding of not only the police department, but other departments throughout the city, which already makes you a leader, just for having that mental state. So congratulations, thank you once again. And here at the Laredo Police Department, we're growing. We're one of the premier agencies in the whole state. It's not only policing, we're segueing into different avenues such as drones, such as forensics. So we keep on adding, innovating. Technology is a big factor in our department. Policing and technology are now married, and it's gonna continue like that. We have LPRs, we got so many tools that are force multipliers, and they help us fill the gaps where we don't have officers. So sometimes you're driving through a red light, you don't even know, we have cameras that are watching all this stuff. So that's the future. Technology and law enforcement will forever be married. And once again, if we had the financial capital to put an officer everywhere, we would, but we don't have it. So we have to be innovative and find creative ways to put that officer there. And you'll see right now, they're gonna take you to this place that we have. It's called the Real-Time Crime Center. It's a room probably about this size, and you're gonna see a wall of nothing but televisions. It looks like televisions, right? And we have, approximately 200 or 300 cameras throughout the city, and we can view them from that video screen. And it's broken down, that way we can see different areas and different sections. But that helps us, it's the force multiplier. For example, WBCA is coming up, parties everywhere. Jalapeno will set up cameras, so they're watching from here. Yes, we have officers there, but sometimes the camera can pick up things that the officer can't. Once again, filling in those gaps. So policing is getting very exciting, guys. Forensics is very cool. There's a lot of science to it, so that's very innovative. Technology aspect, the drones is just, that's gonna be a fabulous program. So what's gonna happen with the drones, we bought 4 drones, each $40,000. They're gonna be deployed from different pods. We have 4 pods throughout the city. So let's say if a call comes in, instead of the officer getting there first, the drone is gonna get there. So the drone will be giving us that bird's eye view, and it'll be giving the officer that capability of getting information through the Real-Time Crime Center and telling her, hey, wait a minute, before you get there, this guy has a gun. Wait, let's send more resources. And it's continuing to feed the Real-Time Crime Center real time. You know, if he gets into a car, wait, he got into a black truck. Now he's going north. So we start deploying officers in those directions. That's the future. And it's happening now. We just bought them. We just hired the personnel. We trained them. So that should be launching in the near future. I want to say maybe in a month or 2. So really cool things are happening here. But once again, it goes back to educating ourselves, looking at what other departments are doing, and how best can we service the community. So, guys, it's been an honor to be here. I wish I could stay and talk to you for another hour, but I want you to see some of these cool things. That way, Officer Espinosa won't leave you without, that way you see some of these things that we have. Does anybody have any questions?
Well,
Go ahead.
about the drones, where would they be stationed? Like in high crime areas?
So actually, we had to do a study because they have to be deployed at an elevated area, but not so elevated where they're obstructed by tall buildings, because they're linked through. So the city has 3 major towers, 3 towers that communicate through radio frequency. So we needed to strategically put them, do triangulation, and that way we can communicate to deploy them through the radio communication towers, but still triangulate, but also avoid those large, tall buildings that will obstruct the frequency being sent to the drone. It's kind of complicated. Like let's say if you would put it downtown, there's tall buildings, the signal probably wouldn't get there. So we had to strategically look at locations. You know what, the signal won't get it here, so we have to move it maybe 2 blocks so the frequency can get there and the triangulation works. So yes, it's 4 areas in the city, 1 south, 1 north, 1 central, and 1 west. So we divided the city in 4. So another thing, the city is divided into 3 for patrol purposes. We have north, central, south. So we have officers that patrol the north, officers that patrol central, officers that patrol south. So eventually you're gonna see sector stations in the south, which is already being built, 1 central, 1 north. We we want to, I guess, minimize the areas of responsibility. Before, the way we were running all over the place. It's not very efficient. But if we centralize operations in these smaller sectors, it works better. Response times are faster. It's another thing. We're very data driven. Always looking at data. How can we get better? How can we get faster? How can we get to that person who's calling 911? How can we get there 30 seconds faster? 30 seconds is 30 seconds, guys. Believe it or not, in those situations of high stress, it can be life or death. So we're always studying that, always trying to get better. So without further ado, let me bring them in so we can bring you into the real-time crime center. Before I do that, any other questions?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Positive? You have me here. No?
You have answered pretty much every question.
Okay. Well, thank you for your patience.
Okay, yeah. Firstly, we could ask about the public comment. So,
Or no, first one. Yeah.
but we don't,
Do you have it in the group chat?
what group chat? Like, what, have what, just
The names.
the names?
Just-
Okay.
you can
I
scroll
can
all
just
the way.
list the first names?
Yeah.
Okay. So first on the list is Alison Ramirez here. Here. Okay. Is Eileen Cortez present? No. Is, Davidi here?
Okay, so
Is, Carlos Mendoza here? Is Carlota here? No. Is Giselle here?
yes.
Is Leonardo here? No? Okay. Is Naira here? Is Regina here? Is Sara Contreras here? Sheila?
Here.
Cicely? Ivana? Damien? And Shirlene present. Alright, so first call to order, and let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So we already did the roll call, and now we have on our third, we have public comments. So if you want, maybe you could just speak from there, or maybe you could.
Yeah,
speak
do y'all want to speak from there and I'll put the 2-minute timer for you?
Or do you guys want? I think we can get a.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice, so like everybody.
They're just
could
gonna
see.
take 2 minutes and
Sure.
then we can start. Because they're not part of our group, they're separate, so we don't want them to come back. Okay. Okay. There is a camera, so if you also want to face the camera.
You guys can do it from here, from the sides.
Yeah.
So you guys can hear actually as well.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are members of HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America, and we are doing community awareness on Alzheimer's, and we are here today to speak to you guys about the symptoms that our youth can look out for and ways to prevent Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is a progressive neurological disease that affects cognitive and mental abilities, and it affects adults, mostly 60 and older, and especially affects Hispanics and African Americans.
Some early symptoms of Alzheimer's can include short-term memory loss, misplacing items, forgetting names of people and places, repeating and asking the same questions, and many people are not really concerned with these symptoms because they're classified as old age, but they should really look out for more because these symptoms can be early signs of Alzheimer's, and it's important to receive early diagnosis to plan future medical necessities as caregivers.
So as she mentioned, the early stage of Alzheimer's are mild and they do include short-term memory loss, and it can be easy for the person to start forgetting their own identity. Because of these symptoms, as they obviously progress like throughout time, they can get like a lot stronger and more severe, which can lead to like forgetting a family member or forgetting your identity completely. And because of this, it's important to have assistance for the patients who do have Alzheimer's to get like through daily activities like going to the restroom and eating.
Although there is no definitive cure for Alzheimer's, research has shown effective things to help out, such as frequent exercise and diet. All of this can help body and overall health. It keeps it stable. Some other things are cognitive activities, such as word searches, puzzles, and Sudoku. It's important, especially for teenagers, to get sleep. A good night's sleep is 8 to 10 hours, and this can help prevent brain disorders such as Alzheimer's. And another thing is social activities with families, friends, and this prevents brain digression and helps brain stimulation.
Thank you for everyone for listening to our informational session about Alzheimer's. We hope we have brought some attention about the harmful mental effects to this disease. For more information, we have an Instagram, and you can learn more about Alzheimer's and our mission, and it's at memoriesmatter.hosa.
Thank you, guys.
So now our actual president is here. And I wanted to motion to have a other meeting because there's a situation going on in the police department and we won't be able to fit all of our agendas in here. And I know everybody would like to talk about more about their agendas.
Okay, so would you want to cut it short, like end it now? Or
Yes.
talk, okay, so you would like to end it now?
And then we go
So,
law.
It's gonna be a short tour. Basically, we're just gonna take you to communications, to dispatch, and then we can take you to our TCC, which is our two main, I guess, units that we have here. And then there's no investigators. Well, they're actually working a case right now, so I wouldn't be able to take you and speak to them. Oh, absolutely. So,
Yeah,
well-
so I believe we end it now.
yeah, so, motion to reschedule today's meeting.
We just have to, before we finish it, we just have to mention who's present here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we
Roll
need
call,
to
yeah.
do roll call.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not have the list of everyone's names. Let me get the list up, I apologize.
You guys already did roll call, right, once?
Yes, but most of them weren't here.
Okay, so you could just say for
Yeah.
the record,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you could just mention who just got here.
That's right.
Okay.
So, who's serving as the secretary of roll?
I was the one who called it out.
So
So
then
for
just
the
say-
record, Damien, Ivana, yes, Eileen is here, and so is, everyone's here so far. The only people that are missing is Cicely, Naida, Leo, and Giselle, and that is it.
Right, well, now that we have that finished, motion to reschedule today's meeting till a later date.
I second.
Second.
Okay, motion adjourned, well, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.